Yeah.
I'm
3, 2, 1.
Did that work?
I have no idea.
We'll see what happens.
All right. Right. Okay.
Righty, cool. Cool.
You good? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are, mate.
And we're live.
Whack
Welcome
one,
back to the
boys.
Little and Large podcast,
Nice,
episode
nice.
10.
Week 10.
Damn.
Getting further each day.
Getting further. Maybe we're not going to sack this off so soon.
Oh, well. Never say never.
Never say never. Never say never. Good Justin Bieber song, that is.
I mean, it's a classic. I won't lie.
Never say never.
Oh, can we not sing that? Can we not sing it though?
Why? Why not?
I just really don't like Justin Bieber.
Well, that's cringe. All right. Talking of Justin Bieber, we might as well get straight into this.
Just go straight into it, yeah.
Justin Bieber performed at the Jake Paul Ben Askren event.
Of course he did. Trying to get that grift.
And now I have no relation to. This doesn't go anywhere else with Justin Bieber. I just wanted to talk about the fight. Jake Paul knocked Ben Askren out in the first round.
I'm actually so disappointed. It was like I said this to you when we found out. I said I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Paul fought one of the worst boxers, one of the worst strikers in MMA history.
Yeah.
And he's gassed. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I guess because he's gassed because he's an actual fighter.
But he's not an actual fighter. I'm still not giving him the title of an actual fighter because he hasn't fought an active boxer yet.
Well, no, I mean like Ben Askren. I think the reason why Jake Paul's gassed is because you can technically say Ben Askren's an actual fighter, and Jake Paul won. That's why he's gassed.
Yeah, but he's not an actual boxer, is he?
No, that's true.
Like Ben Askren does not have any is not a good boxer.
No.
So he's fought a non-boxer who's been retired and had a hip replacement like 8 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah. So, what do you think? Do you think it was rigged? Because loads of people are saying it was rigged.
I don't think it was.
I don't know.
Like, there's a lot of stuff to suggest it was.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, there's like. Well, yeah, and there's also. Have you seen that footage of Ben walking off just after, and he's like
happy,
smiling and laughing?
Yeah.
And it's like, hold up, you've just got knocked out by a fucking YouTuber, and you're off laughing with your wife. It's like,
and the wife's laughing as well.
Yeah, it's because she knows she's gonna get a new Chanel bag. Like he got he made I think he made like $1 million or something for that fight.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah.
Which is like 4 times what he made for his last fight in the UFC.
Yeah, he's definitely gassed. I mean, I think I was talking to one of my mates about it, and he said, yeah, it was definitely rigged. And I thought, well, I don't think it is. Or I don't think it is because that punch looked way too real. But then again, I guess you could say, Ben's taken hits before. He probably knows what to expect, and he doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a weird thing because I've seen that footage of Ben getting his head clarted in by like people that are way better than Jake, and he hasn't flinched, and then he gets hit with an overhand right. It's not even an overhand right; it was more of a straight right than anything. And he's down. And like, thing is, like, the ref, it was a good call by the ref because Ben got up and he was like wobbling. And he looked
saying that actually as well, I saw someone on YouTube's to take it with a pinch of salt, but I saw someone say like he over exaggerated it.
What, the wobbling?
Yeah, the wobbling. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing people are saying as to why it was rigged. Ben gets paid to, drop his guard.
Exactly.
At a certain point, Jake sees it. He throws that punch. He goes down, gets knocked out, but not actually knocked out. Gets up and wobbles about, so the ref calls it.
Yeah, gets a meal in return.
Yeah, because I mean his base purse was like 500 grand, and then they also get some of the pay-per-view sales.
Right. Yeah, and I doubt there's got loads of pay-per-views for this one.
No, Lewis. The pay-per-view sales were huge.
Oh wow!
It is the 10th most sold pay-per-view fight ever.
Jesus, well that's quite interesting. I would never guess that.
Let me see if I can find the stats.
I mean,
of that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I am disappointed. I am so disappointed.
I am. Apparently, Jake's next fight is Tommy Fury.
Oh, is that fucking that Love Island guy?
Yeah, he's on Love Island. Tyson Fury's like little brother or something.
Oh well, he ain't gonna win.
I didn't even hear that.
I'm just,
You
I'm
you
just
just cut out then.
predicting it now. He ain't gonna win. Sorry,
Oh no no
he
no
ain't
no!
gonna
Tommy
win.
Fury's a professional boxer. Tommy Fury's been boxing longer than Jake has.
I
He
mean,
went through.
don't care.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Tommy Fury, and he's British. Come on, back the British boy.
I'm sorry, dude, but I also backed
Um,
Deji the first time ever he fucking fought Jake Paul.
I don't care. I'm gonna back everyone who fights Jake Paul.
That's true. Yeah, no, I think the whole internet is.
All right, no, listen to this. Right, these are the top
Oh,
10
God.
all-time boxing pay-per-view. You have Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao with 4.6 million. Floyd Mayweather versus Conor
That was
McGregor
a really
with
big fight as well.
4.3 million.
Yeah, that was a big fight.
Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya versus Floyd Mayweather with 2.4
Right.
million.
Mm.
Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo Alvarez with 2.2 million. Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson. I think that's their rematch
Right.
with 1.99 million.
Right.
Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson with 1.97 million.
Right.
Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. with 1.6 mil.
Oh, okay.
Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield, the first fight, with 1.59 mil.
Mm.
Mike Tyson versus Pete McNeely, I think is his name,
Right.
with 1.55 million. And now tied for 10th place is Floyd Mayweather versus Miguel Cotto with 1.5 mil, and Jake Paul versus Ben Askren also sold 1.5 million.
Oh wow.
It's fucking crazy that those numbers can get pulled in.
Yeah.
By a fucking YouTuber.
Jake Paul don't deserve it. I'm just gonna fucking say it.
He doesn't.
He doesn't deserve any money. He doesn't deserve any fame.
No, he doesn't. But because he's got the fame now, people are going to watch these fights.
That's true.
Because they want to see him lose. People are going to buy the fights just to see him lose.
Exactly. Do you think like there is like some shady dealings going on because so many people watch Jake Paul to lose? Everyone bets on Jake Paul losing, and then somehow I'm going into conspiracy theory, but somehow like someone rigs it, and then everyone the people who want the money get the money, and people who betted lose all their money.
Yeah,
I definitely that must be something like that.
So I can't find out how true this is. I'm trying to find it out now.
So pinch yourself then.
So right. Sorry, I'm trying to find out. For some reason, I had a feeling that Jake Paul owns part of Triller.
I don't know what Triller is.
So Triller is the company, is a social media app, but it's also the company that put on the fight.
Right.
Son or own, I think he may own part shares or something. I can't, can't really find out how true this is right
either
now.
way, if Jake Paul's in beds or like Jake Paul like owns or is the CEO or whatever any company he has, it's shady as fuck already.
Well, exactly. I'm not necessarily like saying Jake does everything shady, but I mean he kind of has done.
Yeah, he has done like all the scams that he's done to his YouTube following. All of them.
Exactly.
They are all scams. They are all literally scams.
Yeah. But basically, it's one of those things that if Jake Paul owns kind of parts of this company, he's gonna fucking see, he's gonna see the fights go his way.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, obviously conspiracy theory level, but I definitely think that's what's happened. And Ben got promised to get split the share. If it's all true. If it's all true.
I don't know. I do think it's. Thing is, at the end of the day, that was a good punch to put Ben down. I can't deny that.
No, yeah, it's true.
I can't deny that he threw a good.
But Ben's
good
taken
punch.
more.
Well, that's what makes it so strange because Ben has taken much harder punches and Ben's taken so much more in the ring than that, which is why I think
Or then
so many
again,
people are questioning the authenticity
yeah.
of the
Or then
knockout.
again, it might have just been like the right angle, if you get what I mean.
I mean, yeah, but also saying that we're saying, we're saying, oh, Ben's taken so much more. Why couldn't he take this? He's taken so much more after that Jorge Masvidal knockout,
Mm.
which
Yeah,
was the
exactly,
fastest UFC knockout. What
exactly.
if his jaw is fucked?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, literally, sometimes to get knocked out, you just have to hit someone at the right angle.
Yeah, exactly. So he's been out of the game for over a year now. He had one of the fastest and probably the worst knockout of UFC history.
Mm.
What if his chin is just fucked now and he just can't hack taking these punches
Can't
anymore?
hack
So
it
when he
anymore.
gets
Yeah.
hit with a good
I mean, honestly,
right hand,
Yeah. I mean, Ben's definitely how do I put it? The lowest of the bunch, if you get what I mean.
uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. I got nothing else to
Yeah,
say really. Just I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed.
yeah. I mean, so many people were disappointed with that pay per view as well.
Mm.
Um, there was so many like artists performing on there,
Yeah. And then
and it's so weird
within
for like these
within
artists.
within 2 minutes it was over.
Yeah, I mean, people pay £50.
Yeah,
It was
that's
like
not worth it.
$50, I think it
It's
was,
definitely not worth it.
and the fight ends up being over in 2 minutes, and all they've seen is a bunch of performers.
Mm.
They see. I think on their Doja Cat there, Justin Bieber was there,
Mm.
and the guy. So Emmy-winning filmmaker and Triller Fight Club show director Burt Marcus
Never heard of
said, "This isn't sports; it's entertainment that has sports."
it. Yeah, I can see his point.
I can see his point, but I think they're marketing this wrong
Mm.
because the marketing for this fight was, "It's a fight. Here's a sporting event," and most of it was people performing songs.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean that fucked up, obviously.
Um, Also, the other thing I find quite funny is that the D'Amelio sisters had more time in the boxing ring than Ben Askren did.
Who's D'Amelio? What?
Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio.
They were in the ring. What?
They presented Jake Paul his belt.
Aren't they like 16 or 17?
Charlie's like 17. It doesn't matter. They're huge on TikTok.
It's a
Um,
bit weird, but alright.
they they got asked to do it because bring followers in, bring people into the event, get people talking about the event,
Mm.
which is half the reason they have all these celebrities here. It's a marketing ploy.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just the D'Amelio sisters ended up having more time in the ring
Then Ben Askren,
than
it's just
than the fight lasted,
oh,
and it was crazy.
some
Fucking oh god.
fucking just I've had enough. I've had enough of this.
Um,
I've had enough.
Fucking Nate Robinson, a retired basketball player, lasted longer
Than an actual UFC fighter.
than a retired UFC fighter.
Fuck. Let's just get out of the way. KSI's brother, Deji, lasted longer and actually did a lot more damage than anybody ever fucking has done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, he lasted what, 3 rounds? His fight
Six.
lasted
I think
three.
it was 6 rounds.
Nah, it wasn't six. It was scheduled for six.
But it must have been
Because
no,
they threw the towel in, didn't they?
no.
They just came through the
It
towel in.
must have been around six below.
I thought it was three.
No, I swear it's six
Um,
or five even.
was
I know it's more than
Jake
I
Paul
know it's either more than 2 or 4.
versus Deji.
Must have been. But yeah, no, Deji. I mean, Deji just
Oh, it is
fucked him
5
up.
rounds.
Oh, all right, okay, good. I was one off then.
It's 5 rounds. I thought it was three.
No, he lasted 5 rounds. It
Oh.
did a lot more damage to Jake than anybody has done in his whole career.
Yeah,
Quality.
yeah. I mean,
I respect it. I really do.
I don't think KSI should fight Jake anymore either.
No, neither do I, to be honest. I mean, we can't have our king dethroned by this jackass.
He would lose. KSI would lose now.
I don't know, because I heard from the Chew Geordie that obviously he didn't go into loads of detail, but JJ's been training with high-end boxers, like proper top end guys.
But Jake's been training for 3 years now, consistently. He's been way more active in the ring. JJ hasn't had that type of consistency. He hasn't fought in 2 years.
No, but
He hasn't trained in a year.
But we don't know if he's been not been training at home or whatever. He could have been training at home, shadow boxing and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's only so much shadow boxing you can do. I think this is coming like Vidal has said it. His old trainer has said it that he would lose that fight.
Nah, I mean,
I genuinely believe he would lose that fight.
Nah, I don't think so. Maybe,
I think right now, Jake is too good for him.
Oh well, Jake's a fucking pussy cunt.
I think Jake is too good of a boxer to beat.
No, Jake can lick my arsehole and eat my fucking remains. I've had enough of him.
Oh no, Jake is a prick. I'm not saying that Jake's not a prick, but I think that I think I need to kind of admit that JJ is an amazing fighter. You know, you should those overhands that he was throwing in that Logan fight were so sloppy and so messy.
Yeah.
And I think Jake would pick him apart, and I don't like Jake, and I don't want to say that, but I think Jake would pick him apart and beat him quite easily.
Yeah. I don't know. From what I've heard, excuse me. From what I've heard, JJ's been training with like top end guys, like actual boxers, like proper.
Yeah, but there's only so far that they can get you.
Well, no, they could like increase your tolerance to like getting knocked, or like dodges or the skills that they've learned in order to like win and all that. So you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's this level of you can learn everything.
Yeah.
But you're never gonna. For a long time, I think JJ's going to be not as good as him. I mean, you can train with Usain Bolt for 3 years. Doesn't mean you're going to run as fast as Usain Bolt ever did.
No, but you'll have a decent chance of like winning loads of races.
Yeah, but I just think right now that they want to schedule this fight for next year. I don't think the fight should even take place at all now.
I didn't even know Jake and JJ were fighting.
They've always wanted to fight, haven't they?
Yeah, they've always wanted to fight, but that's the difference between wanted to fight and actually having a fight.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is that they're talking about the fight being taking place next year.
Well, they've been talking about the fight for like the past 2 years.
Well, yeah, but obviously COVID fucked them.
Yeah, well.
They can't do anything.
No. At the end of the day, it's JJ. We don't know what's going behind closed doors. JJ could be really, really good for all we know. JJ could be really shit for all we know. It's down to what we hear from other people and then hope.
Well, I mean, I'm just basing this off of everything we've seen off of the 3 fights JJ's had, the 4 fights Jake's had.
But Jake, that's the thing as well. We haven't seen JJ. There's no videos of him. There's no videos of him at all. So we can't really make an intelligent conclusion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no videos of him apart from the fights, and there's no videos of Jake apart from the fights. And all I'm saying is, in those fights, Jake looks too good compared to what JJ does. And I think with JJ having to take a year out of proper boxing training, for COVID or due to COVID, and Jake being able to continue training 6 times a week like he has been. Like he claims he has been, I think it's just going to be a fucking mess for JJ. I think Jake would pick him apart and beat him.
Yeah, but then again, Jake. There's more recent videos of Jake doing it. Where fights from JJ, there's been years. They're like what 4 years, 3 years old.
Well, he hasn't fought in 2 years. The fight with Logan was 2019. But that's what I'm saying. I just think that he's taken so long of a time off. I don't know if he can get back to a point where he could beat Jake. But I don't think JJ was a great boxer to begin with.
No, yeah, I get you, but that's what I'm saying as well. Behind closed doors, we don't know what JJ's been doing for the past years that he's had
nothing.
Well, we don't know that. Well, obviously, he's been doing videos and all that,
But no. What I'm saying is, he can't train boxing. All he can do is run.
Hold on, I fucking dropped something. Hold on. All right, got it back. Yeah,
he hasn't been able to be in the gym, has he?
No, but training's still training. Get the cardio up, get the lungs out.
Get some cardio. Like, being able to run 10k and being able to fight 6 rounds are much different.
Excuse me. Yeah, well.
Fucking hell, that was loud.
Thank you, I tried to be.
I'm going to have to cut that out, otherwise people are going to throw up.
Oh, that's a shame.
Dirty
I haven't
boy.
been able to burp since when did we Saturday.
What the fuck?
I haven't been able to burp properly since Saturday.
Right. Okay. What other topics you got? Because I don't want to talk about you
Yeah, I know
burping.
enough. Oh well, that's a shame. That's a shame. I've got So I was on oh, I can't remember, I was on a YouTube video today, and she it was a completely different thing. She was talking about like game and like GameStop and stuff like that. Where like
Mhm.
nowadays, like back in the day, shall I say, back in the day, the game shops used to be massive, filled with games. Just you can go in there and any game you want, it's in there.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's all online. If you want
Mhm.
any game, you go online, you search it, you look for it, you buy it. You go to a shop, it most likely it's going to be smaller, less filled with games, and not maybe in the chance of not even the game being in there. And
Mhm.
it got me thinking. Well, what other? So this it got me thinking. Well, what are the chances of the online or machines completely swapping out the whole job, the whole game stores? That how long will that take? And it got me thinking. Well, what other jobs might or will be replaced by online shopping or machines in our lifetime?
I think everything.
That's true. I've got a
Come a
couple.
time,
I've got a couple. I think five.
you got a couple you think won't be.
Yeah, I've got a couple that won't be. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think like firefighters.
Oh, that's true.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
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 I also kind of want to say I don't know. Actually, I don't know about that one. I'll save that for another podcast. But I think firefighters, doctors, not nurses, doctors.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
true. Yeah. Any emergency services,
yeah. Um,
so
yeah.
police, doctors, and all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I think another one that I was thinking was teaching.
No, I think teaching will go online.
Oh yeah,
I think there'll
that's
still be
fair.
people involved, but I think it'll all
Be
be online
online.
soon.
Yeah, and that'll be a shit day to be honest.
Um, I think combat any sport will stay people.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I think it will also evolve into like there'll be like people sports and then robot sports.
I mean, we had fucking Robot Wars 10 years
Oh,
ago, lad.
sick! That was fucking sick.
Yeah, I mean there'll be robots and all of that doing it.
Yeah. Or
But I mean, look, Amazon have already made a peopleless uh supermarket
oh god. Yeah.
in
I
London,
didn't even
and it
think about
worked.
supermarkets not being. Yeah.
The thing about it, they're all going self checkouts,
Yeah, it's
and they're
true.
doing the scan and go thing. Soon they'll have everything on an ID where you can just fucking scan your ID um, into being, you scan it there and they go, oh, you're 18. Um,
That shit scares me to be honest.
and like fast food places, soon they're just going to turn all the fucking cooks into chefs.
I don't think. I mean, obviously, I think big conglomerate. I can't say that fucking word.
Corporate.
No, like conglomerate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big businesses.
big fast food takeaway places like Domino's or that's the only thing I can think of at the moment. Domino's. I
McDonald's,
think that will be
KFC.
McDonald's. I think that will be replaced by machines and all that. But local
Yeah.
businesses will still be people.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Local businesses will.
like
But
our
I
local
don't think
Chinese.
forever.
I think our local Chinese and our local Indian place that they'll stay people obviously.
Yeah, but I think at some point they will probably end up dying out.
Yeah, it's true. Waitressing. I think waitressing might be replaced.
Yeah.
I think that would be so upsetting though, to be honest.
No, that'll be better because I hate people,
Oh, right. Well, it's different for me then.
and that's the end of this podcast.
Fair. I hate people. Goodbye.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Goodbye. Fuck
it
it.
got me thinking. So obviously, like we've come from jobs. We've said jobs now. I want to get your opinion. Do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea?
Bad idea.
What replacing everything with machines?
Hmm.
I'd have to agree. Yeah, I think
Like,
it's too like you know those like dystopian futures you see on movies.
yep,
It's
yep.
too like that, man.
The thing is, there is definitely like, oh, it's probably more efficient and probably safer or whatever to have robots doing it, but there is a human touch
Yeah.
that you can't get from robots.
No, exactly.
So, I work at our local Chinese, and if I'm going to admit this now, and I'm still employed by them, so if they hear this, I hope they don't fire me.
Hopefully not. I mean, I don't think so.
But
I mean, Yan doesn't. Ooh, excuse me. Fuck.
oh, okay,
We might have to cut that bit out. I'm gonna stop
it's
talking.
just her name. It's just her first name.
Yeah, but still,
Um, Pick up my boss.
big up.
Anyway,
Yeah, the boss.
So if a customer's short by like a pound or two, not a pound or two, but
Like
like a
20p or
pound.
something like that.
No, like a pound at most,
Right.
and they're a regular, I'll just let them off.
Yeah, exactly.
A couple times quite a few times I've just given like free prawn crackers or free fortune cookies.
Did you ever
stuck in a
take any
bag
money
with-
off for me without using
No,
your? Oh, well,
no,
that upsets me.
no,
Shambles,
no,
really.
because you've always had the money, Lewis.
That's true. That is true.
I don't do it for people who have the money. I do it for people who don't have the money. So if a guy comes in and he's like, "Oh, I want this, this, and this," and then I go, "Oh, that's £16," and he's only got 15 on him,
Take it, yeah.
I'll take the 15. I just tell him not to worry about the quid.
Yeah, because if you remove that person and then replace it with a robot, you're not going to get anything. And the robot's like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you don't have the money, you can't afford it, and it's like I say, like sometimes I'll give away free prawn crackers or free fortune cookies or whatever, and I just stick stuff in people's orders.
I think
Nothing
one,
like
yeah, I
cooked
think
or
one
anything, nothing
thing
crazy,
that will
but it's like
be
you won't.
no, yeah, yep, you've cut out there.
No, I've stopped talking.
Oh, well, what happened?
You started talking, so I stopped.
Dude, I said that like 30 seconds ago.
Okay, there's a huge delay then.
Yeah, we have a very huge delay. It keeps cutting out for me. It's like one moment it works, then I can hear you, and then next minute it's like, fuck you.
Oh, fuck's sake. We need to do this in person. Fuck COVID.
Oh, we definitely do need to do it. Yeah. But anyway, until that point.
No, yeah, I was just saying, like, when I stick stuff in people's bags, you don't get that, like, thing from a robot. A robot wouldn't do that. It's
No,
that
exactly, yeah.
kind of human touch to go, oh, that person actually thought about this. If you know what I mean. That person thought about me.
Yeah. I think one place where replacing stuff with robots can be very split down the middle, where you get two sides agreeing adamantly and the other side disagreeing adamantly, is the army.
Yeah, okay.
Because, like, on the one hand, people would argue, well, the soldiers' lives won't have to be put in danger anymore. The only people that would go to war as such are the people who are monitoring the robot.
Yeah.
And then the other side might go, no, because robots, the robot armies could be programmed to, like, do weird shit or, like, horrific shit.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have that human conscience.
You don't have that human conscience. You don't have that human element. Exactly.
Where that person is, where they've been told to run into this fucking village or whatever and just shoot everything on sight. A robot would just go and do it. A human would go, hold up, but do we know who's in there? Do we know who else is in there other than the actual target?
Exactly.
Is it just a bunch? Is it like the target and like a bunch of children?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's like human element of it.
Exactly.
The only place I can think of that is benefited by robots is car manufacturers.
Oh, I would have to agree. However, it does put people out of jobs, though, isn't it? Done it.
It does, yeah. But I mean, it makes cars so much easier to get a hold of.
Yeah, that's true.
So much easier and cheaper to make.
And the only people, I guess, like, people who used to do cars might have an engineering degree, so I guess they could use that engineering degree to go to robotics.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been so long for robots making cars because they're just controlled to pick up a part and put a part down.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's just so. But you mentioned it before we started, and this is quite into it quite nicely. Are books going to go out of fashion?
Yeah, I think they are, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're half out the door now.
They are. Not many people. No, loads of people don't really read if you get, I mean, obviously they read, but they don't read
Because
books.
they
They
don't
don't
read books,
for
yeah.
like pleasure or anything like that. No, they don't.
Yeah, they don't sit down and read, the Harry Potter books or
No,
whatever.
exactly.
Whatever's coming out now,
I
I don't
mean,
know.
yeah.
But,
What do you think about that?
I mean, I think reading is good, but also it's just something you've got to personally enjoy. And for me, I don't personally enjoy it. I think
Mm,
I don't think books and stories will go out of fashion. I think
the idea of
the
like
physical.
books, anyway. Yeah.
Well, I think the physical thing will. Um,
Mm.
I think it's going to much more be a thing if you read it on your phone or your iPad or whatever. Um, so I don't think it's a bad thing, but I don't think it's a good thing.
I'd like to say I have no opinion on it, but I'm more to the side of like it's kind of a bad thing because even though I'm not a big fan of reading, the idea of having like a bookshelf, like the idea of having books, or like just the idea of like the choice is there. You can pick up like a book about a fantasy tale like the Lord of the Rings or the Witcher, for example, which
Hmm.
great books by the way. But yeah, like the idea of like, oh, I can't go to my local library or you'd have to get online, which kind of makes me feel a bit. It just makes me feel a bit shitty, really.
So you're much more on the side of like you think the lack of physicality of it is bad. That like lack of turning a page
Yeah, because
in
there's
a
something.
book.
Yeah, yeah. There's something about just having a book that feels very I don't know, feels very intellectual for some reason,
I've still
in a
I've still
weird
got
sense.
I've still got quite a few books actually.
Yeah, so do I, to be
Um,
honest. But the
you've
problem
probably
is, I
got
don't.
quite a few more than me.
I don't like. It's really weird because I have to find. It's like a Netflix show, for example. I have to find
Hmm.
a Netflix. I have to find a book that I actually like because
Yeah,
the
and I've
Netflix
got
shows at the
a
moment they're really shit.
that's why I'm watching stuff on Disney Plus. Talking of Disney Plus, Falcon and Winter Soldier
Yeah,
episode 5. Have you watched it?
is that the one? Oh, I can't spoil anything.
Spoilers
Um,
ahead. Spoilers ahead.
yeah, spoilers, spoilers. Is that the one where Sam gets the shield back
Yes, the
and he
most
trains
recent
with it?
episode.
Yeah,
Yes.
I gotta say it's not too bad. You definitely overhyped it for me.
No, I overhyped the fourth episode. That the
Uh,
fourth episode was the one where I called you.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was quite funny. I
This
was.
episode though, I got really gassed by that first 10-minute opening scene, that fight scene.
Which scene was that?
The
Oh,
very opening
yeah.
scene
Excuse me. Sorry, where they fought each
in the
other.
warehouse.
Yeah, I
And
thought, fuck.
and John Walker almost fucking killed Sam.
Oh, well, he wasn't having that.
Because he
Definitely.
was, when he had the shield
He was about to do it.
above, he was
Yeah.
about to do it, and Bucky came in and was like, nah, bitch.
Nah, bitch.
Suck your mum. Uh,
That's my new man.
um, but it was that thing where he's over him and he's going, I am Captain America. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Um,
Jesus Christ.
and and he's going, oh, why are you making me do this? And I'm watching it. I'm going, they're fucking not, John.
If
This
anything,
is your
if
choice.
anything, they told you to surrender, like my guy.
Yeah, they were like, stop this, John. And you were like, haha, here's a shield to your fucking throat, bitch. And like,
Yeah.
I'm sat there watching it like, damn. I really liked the change of pace though.
Yeah.
I think, especially after the fourth episode, where basically everything happened in like 15 minutes, and the beginning of the fifth episode, where it was really busy in the first 10
Mm.
minutes, I much liked the slower
The slower pace of it, yeah, definitely.
change of pace. Yeah, like, oh, here's just Sam trying to help
Oh,
his
excuse me.
sister, and here's Bucky flirting with Sam's sister, and like,
That was funny.
I think it was a nice change of pace
Yeah.
for the show.
It definitely was. I mean, for some reason, I felt just very underwhelmed by it. I don't know. I mean, I liked it. It weren't too bad, but I just felt very. I felt very. It was kind of like disappointing, I guess.
Were you expecting more action in that from it?
I was expecting more. I nearly said it, Alfie. I was expecting more. No, not character development. I was expecting more character depth. I
I
guess.
think this show. I think this had huge character depth. Like this episode, the talk with Isaiah Bradley was massive.
That was the one. Like, obviously, I think I talked about it to you before. I wanted to see. I guess I think one of the reasons, a little bit of a reason, a bit of a nitpick, I guess, personal preference, but nonetheless, it kind of made me feel a bit shit about it. Was I really wanted to see Isaiah Bradley versus the Winter Soldier in a flashback. I wanted to see his flashback as Captain America.
That could have been really
I
cool.
really wanted to see it.
On that conversation, he just admitted like he wasn't allowed to be Captain America.
Mm. I mean, I
But
was a bit confused with his backstory because I thought obviously I get why he wasn't Captain America during the time, but what I don't understand, what I'm just a bit confused. So, like, he was given the shield, he was given the super soldier serum, and
mhm,
he was technically like a Black Ops Captain America. Like, nobody knew
mhm.
he was Nobody knew he was Captain America officially in the US, like the military side of it, like a spy. But no
Yeah,
one
but
else
no one knew.
is that what it is? He was like a spy. He was a code name. Nobody knew he
Basically,
existed.
yeah, no one knew who he was. And then
Oh,
when he
right,
broke
okay.
those guys out of jail, they instead of just letting him do his thing, they decided to imprison him for ages and told the love of his life that he was dead. And like his whole thing is like, that he says it to Sam that they won't let a black man be Captain America. And
Mm,
I think this show rightfully and does it quite well, tackles the kind of racism in America, um the systemic racism in America. I think it tackles it quite well.
mm,
Mixes it in well with other things, not just like here's a whole show solely about racism, or here's a whole show solely about action and nothing else. I think it does a quite good balance of both.
mm. Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
but
for
also,
me, like,
I'm sorry.
I don't mind talking about it, obviously, but some days I just can't be arsed, and I just want a pure action. Did you feel me? Like, sometimes you just want a pure action show, just to escape the world.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely get what you're on about. But I think it is important that this show deals with the racism and the problems and stuff because even Bucky in this show admitted his ignorance
Mm,
in that episode because he was like, "Oh, I don't think me or you knew what it was like for a black man to be handed the shield."
mm.
I think it's one of those things. It's important to talk about, and the show's handling it really well.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I can't wait to
Speaking,
see Sam as Captain America.
yeah, because he's got his new suit now
I can't
that
wait to
we
see it.
haven't
Like,
seen yet.
when the case was opened, like, spoilers, peeps, spoilers, obviously. When he opened the case, I was really hoping to see like the suit, but no, they blue balled us.
I was hoping there would at least be a helmet put on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
where he pulls the
definitely.
helmet or whatever, and then it
No,
ends, and we see the
they
full
want to
suit
keep that
flying
till the
over.
next episode.
Yeah. Um,
Definitely, yeah.
but speaking of just a quick little thing before we move on to and am I the arsehole?
Oh fuck.
Before we end this, what's up?
Oh, like you can cut this bit out, but every time I burp or like something like that, I get really bad indigestion.
Do you
I
know what?
haven't been.
I'm not going to cut it out.
Oh, thanks. I'm like, obviously Saturday. You know what I was like Saturday. Ever since
Hmm.
then, I can't. I have not been able to burp properly, and
Uh,
I'm getting a little bit worried. I won't lie.
just start taking. I take anti heartburn
I
tablets.
might have to. I'll take Remy's and all that.
Um, no. What I wanted to say. Speaking of um that show racism, um Derek, whatever the fuck his name
Derek
is.
Chauvin.
Yeah, he's been charged with all three crimes in the murder of George Floyd,
Mm,
which is a big dub.
mm.
Um, we smoked on that Derek pack. Uh,
Sorry. What?
don't worry, don't worry. We put Derek in a pack and he's done in now.
I don't speak grime.
Yeah, you're fine. But it's good. He's been charged with all three charges of murder, I believe it is.
Mm.
Which is big dub.
Yeah, that's fair. Due process.
Due process, justice was served. Um,
What were the charges again?
oh, let me find this out. So, because I know it's been three charges. So
Because I know
it's
first degree
gone.
murder was dropped.
Yeah, first degree murder was never going to be a charge because they have to.
You have to
Um,
prove that in America you have to
it was
prove that you
premeditated.
premeditated it. Yeah.
Yeah, which is which would have been really difficult, and I think with a lot of these cases, it means um, if they can't prove it, they can't recharge for the same crime,
Right.
which means he would have likely just then gone free.
Yeah. But I don't think he'd have got his
Um,
job back, to be honest.
no, he wouldn't have,
No.
but so so on April 20th, the jury found him guilty on all three charges of second degree unintentional murder,
It's a
third
manslaughter.
degree murder, and second degree manslaughter.
A manslaughter. Right. Okay.
Um,
Unintentional murder. Unintentional murder is basically
so
just
that
manslaughter anyway.
in second degree murder, any intentional murder with malice afterthought, but it's not premeditated or planned, so that's second degree. Involuntary manslaughter, a killing that stems.
Yeah, killing someone that you had no intention of killing.
So there's two on this Wikipedia page. There's voluntary manslaughter, which is sometimes called a crime of passion murder, is intentionally killing that involves no prior intent to kill, and was committed under such circumstances that would cause a reasonable person to become emotionally or mentally disturbed.
Right.
Both this and second degree murder are committed on the spot under the spur of the moment choice, but the two differ in magnitude of the circumstances surrounding the crime. For example, a bar fight that results in death would ordinarily constitute second degree murder. If that same bar fight stemmed from a discovery of infidelity, however, it may be voluntary manslaughter.
Right.
Involuntary manslaughter, killing that stems from a lack of intention to cause death, but involving intentional or neglect leading to death. A drunk driving relegated death is typically involuntary manslaughter. Uh, Note the unintentional element here refers to lack of intent to bring about the death. All these all three crimes above feature intent to kill, whereas involuntary manslaughter is unintentional because the killer did not intend for a death to result from their intentional actions.
Mm. That's basically just
So
That's basically what Derek Chauvin did. Really, I think yeah.
yeah, but it's a good job he's been charged.
Obviously, yeah, a lot. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Um, right, so let's do an Am I the
Yeah,
Arsehole?
now that's out the way.
Now that's out the way. I just felt like we had to
Well,
mention
yeah,
it.
obviously it's yeah, it's been a big deal for the since ever since COVID's happened.
Oh yeah,
Obviously, yeah.
it was a big deal last year, and um,
Hopefully now the
should
riots.
never have
Hopefully now
stopped.
the riots can calm down.
Well, there were never riots. Well, there were.
There
It
were
was
riots,
primarily
yeah. Yeah,
protesting.
that's what I was on about the riots. No, obviously,
Riots,
no, I
riots are
wasn't
different to
saying. No,
protesting.
I didn't say. I didn't mean that. I mean there were two things: the protests and the riots. Hopefully the riots can calm down now. That's what I meant.
I mean, the riots have been stopped for ages.
There's been the National Guard's been deployed in Minneapolis. Oh fuck, either Minnesota or Minneapolis. I don't know. I just thought it'd be nice to say.
Um,
There has been a couple of spattles over there during the trial, obviously,
oh
but
yeah,
hopefully
but I
nothing
don't
too
think there
big.
were ever riots. I think it was,
Yeah, no, there were
they've always.
riots.
I was pretty sure there were
Well,
protests.
there were protests, but there were riots as well. Like,
When are we talking?
oh fuck me.
Recently, or are we talking back when the murder first happened?
Oh shit, because it was all like a timeline. After 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 the arrests of him, Derek Chauvin, um, riots. There were riots.
Yeah, which we know, primarily
In
protests, but
Portland,
riots.
some in Chicago, Minneapolis. Oh, I'm getting that heartburn again. Fuck. Some in New York, but it was really weird because there were protests, but some people some reports were from what I read reports were like there were protests, and then some people like who are very like radical decided, fuck it, let's just not blow shit up, but let's just burn some shit, and that's what we did. They burnt cars.
Oh yeah,
At one point, there was, I think, at one point a group tried burning down like a police building. They
yeah.
attempted to
Oh yeah,
anyway.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Um,
definitely not saying there wasn't any, but I'm saying that the protests were way more prevalent than the riots.
mm,
And that the riots shouldn't be the main focus of it.
no, but I'm just, well, riots are pretty damaging and big anyway, so, and nobody wants to
Oh.
stand excuse me, violence, is pretty bad. So I just thought I'd have to say, hopefully the riots can calm down now.
Am I the arsehole for changing my Hulu password?
All right, immediately no.
Yeah, no. But I just felt this one was very relatable for everyone.
Oh god, yeah.
We all have people using our own accounts, that stuff we pay for. I use my parents' Netflix.
Oh yeah, I use my parents' Netflix. Yeah.
I've told my parents they can use my Disney Plus at any point.
I only share Netflix with the family. That's it, really.
Yeah, well, a few days ago, I was checking my Hulu account for some reason, and I noticed there were 35 active devices on my account.
Bloody hell.
Which was odd because it should be my family and a few friends, probably 15, 20 devices max. Glanced around and saw my uncle's ex-fiance's iPad was one of the devices and thought it was weird and not cool she had my account. Nobody asked me if she could use it, so I changed my account's password and deactivated all devices and decided I just put the password in myself so nobody can spread it. Come now 3 days later and my uncle texts me this. What's wrong with the Hulu account? I said I changed it. I changed the password and deactivated all random devices. He said, "Okay, what's the new password?" And she said, or I said, sorry, I'll be home in like an hour. I'll put it in then. He said, "Just give me the password." No, dude. Ex-fiance was on my account. So were a ton of other people. I'll put the password in myself. He then said he would change all of his passwords. I'd tell him, "That's fine. I don't use any of your accounts. I just want me. If you want me to add my Hulu, I will." And then he just went off on me being an arsehole, and it's about the principal, and that he's going to take the router out of my room and cancel the Wi-Fi, and berated me for being worthless over the phone. I just want to know, no, you're not the arsehole.
No, definitely not, mate. Definitely not.
There is an edit up here. He had too much to drink and has reset the Wi-Fi and put the router back in my room. I appreciate the input and stuff. It sucks when your own family gangs up on you over stupid shit. Got in contact with my mother and should be moving across the country by mid-June. Wish me luck, lads and ladies.
Yeah, no, definitely not the asshole. Definitely not.
Yeah, not the arsehole.
No.
I mean, look.
And plus, you should
he's a
always
fucking...
change your passwords for everything anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, look. If you've got fucking 50 random people on your account,
That's
sack them
a
up.
bit sus, really.
It's your account, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite a simple one.
Yeah, we'll do one. We'll do one more
also.
then. We'll go into a bit
All
of
right.
into a deeper one. Oh, if you get what I mean.
Oh, I'll see if I can find one.
Oh, dude, I'm knackered. I'm absolutely knackered. Oh,
They all quite seem
tame. They seem tame today.
okay. No, this one could be a bit saucy.
Kinky.
Am I the arsehole for telling my husband his daughter is a bad influence to mine?
Okay, right. I'd like to see where this is going.
I married my husband just 3 years after he divorced his first wife. Things were going smooth for us.
Okay.
We had a very happy marriage, and I was ecstatic about starting a family with him. He had 3 kids as well. One of them was my stepdaughter, Uma. She is incredibly spoiled and has a big attitude and doesn't take shit from anyone. She also doesn't like me, so we've never got along very well.
First off, how old is this Uma?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Age.
It doesn't say here at all.
Shambles, really.
I'll see if I can actually find it in the comments or something. No, I can't seem to find anything in the comments.
Right.
Anyway, so her mum married a rich man and they're living the life. They live in a mansion with a pool. They drive brand new cars, wear expensive designer clothes. All their kids go to fancy private schools, and on top of that, they go on vacation almost every year.
Yeah, so I can see why she's spoiled.
Yeah. I wasn't poor, but wasn't exactly rolling in cash either. So obviously, I couldn't afford such things. Now, there's no problem with the family wearing expensive clothes and brand new cars,
No,
but
definitely
it's
not.
the fact that they have let the child be clouded by that is the problem. Why she's so
Clout
spoiled.
chasers.
Uh, my kids, two boys, one girl, never cared about that stuff. Uh,
Until now.
Never cared about stuff like that either way until my stepkids began to visit more often. They would show off their iPhones and just overall brag about their lavish lifestyle,
Mm.
and that would get my kids a little upset. My daughter Hannah has said herself said that she wished her life was more like her sister's. She wants to be like Uma so much. She tries eating healthy and dressing up more fashionably like Uma. I've noticed some change in her behaviour as well. She'll talk back more and pick arguments with me for whatever reason. It's if she turned into this whole new person overnight. I don't recognise her anymore. Recently, Uma visited and was talking to my daughter about her plans once quarantine was lifted. She said they'll travel to Hawaii and stay at their beach house. My husband told her that she should stop bragging, but she said, "Yeah, yeah, can you climb the fuck off my back for a second?" Jesus Christ, I don't.
This
I'm
bitch needs
guessing
a
this child is a
slap.
little. I'm guessing this child is a little bit older.
I think 15, maybe more.
Yeah, 15,
I re, I
16.
re, I take back getting slapped then.
Yeah. Hannah then got up and said how I never took her to any exotic places and how I'm broke as hell. Apparently, Uma showed her her album and she saw how she pretty much travelled the world. I was fed up with all this shit and said how Uma can't visit unless she changes her behaviour because she is a bad influence. My husband blew up on me and it resulted in screaming match between us. Uma later went while saying, "Fuck all this, you're all nuts." And Hannah said, "How all of this is my fault. I'm very upset," and actually cried a bit during our fight. I'm just so physically and mentally drained. Am I the arsehole?
No,
I think everyone's a bit shitty here.
I don't think the mum's an arsehole at all, to be honest.
Um,
I think definitely Uma is.
Uma is, but I think the mother is as well. Like the fact that they didn't even seem to expect the fact that fucking that would be a problem
But surely,
seems a bit weird
so I
to
don't
me.
understand this now. So she's married to the dad. So surely she would have the same luxuries as.
No, 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 no. So the stepdaughter's mum
Oh right.
went off and married a rich man,
Oh
and the mum must have got majority custody.
right.
She married the dad. They're not as rich.
Oh right. So the dad's well like is good, but he's not. Yeah. Right. Okay. I assumed the dad was rich.
No, it seems to be the stepdad that's rich.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Um, I think, I think the reason why they're a bit shitty is because, yeah, like I say, they should have expected this, but also the fact that they didn't seem to have any um any conversations with their kids about the fact that some parents make different money. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I get what you mean, but I don't. I think hindsight's 20/20, isn't it? I don't think they expected to have that conversation because obviously she's starting a new
well,
life with this guy. I don't think.
yeah,
I mean, to be honest, same here as well. I wouldn't expect to have that conversation until my kids are like, I don't know, older, like 8 or 9 maybe, or even 7.
yeah, but I'm expecting, but with the language that these kids have used, I'm not telling my
Oh
mum to
God no,
fuck off at 7.
God
So I'm
no,
expecting,
yeah,
I'm thinking these kids are like 16,
maybe even
15, 16. So
14
surely
max.
these 14, 15, I reckon 14, 15.
Yeah,
So I reckon they must be at this age where their parents should have had the conversation that I don't make as much money as some people. You can't expect the same things from me because I simply can't do it for you.
I think that I mean I get what you mean, but I think that's a bit I don't know because like obviously the kid's the kid and the parents are the parents. At the end of the day, the parents have the responsibility to guide their kids, teach their kids.
And that's why I'm saying the
Yeah,
parents are a bit shitty here.
I mean, I get what you mean, but I don't think so. I feel like because obviously parents are humans, they're like people make mistakes. I feel like they didn't. I think especially the mum. I don't think that they expected to have that conversation because I think the mum thought Uma was just a little bit spoiled, but other than that, she's like a normal kid, like behavioural wise. And then maybe then afterwards, after Uma being a bit like that, she should have had a conversation. But I don't blame the mum not thinking about it beforehand.
No, I definitely don't blame the mum, but I can't say she's not the arsehole. I can't say she's in the right for it. Um,
No,
I mean, the other line
I
that
think
got
she's not
me.
the arsehole.
I'm going to say everyone's shitty. The kids, her, the dad. The other
Yeah,
line that got me is she has tried eating healthy and dressing up more fashionably like Uma. Why is that a bad thing?
eating healthily. You should be doing that in the first place.
Wow, she wants to eat a salad. Wow, she wants to wear some different jeans in the top now.
Mm. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I guess her point is like she's just acting really differently.
I mean, in terms of eating healthy and dressing slightly different, maybe that's a good thing.
Oh, what happened to my
Do you know what I
screen?
mean? Like, I went from eating like fucking crisp sandwiches for lunch to like eating chicken salads.
Yeah, no, that's
Like
fair.
that's a good change, if you know what I mean. Like
No, yeah,
to say
exactly.
like,
I think she worded it that one bad probably, or just had a little bit of a rant.
hell, that's awfully worded. I'm gonna say yeah. Everyone's shit here.
Nah, I mean, I don't think mum. Oh fuck me, I don't think the mum's the arsehole.
Um,
Oh shit, my
I mean,
battery's about to
I
die.
just think that conversation should have been had. I think the fact that like, especially when she knows that the stepdaughter is now part of a very rich family. I think that conversation should have been had early on.
Mm,
And I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't.
yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I don't think the mum's the arsehole, but I can see your point.
Anyway, I think we've done it. I think
Yeah,
we've
we've
done
done it.
another podcast.
My laptop's about to die.
Right. Well, that's perfect time to end.
Shambles.
Thank you for listening.
Perfect timing.
Stream
Cheers, boys.
reckless. Um,
Nope.
fuck you all and goodbye.
See you later.